So here we are, and we just spent 10-15 minutes with Judig, who was present during our morning webinar. Morning. It was rather noon. Yeah, in Europe.
Yeah.
In the subject of how we can communicate and protect plants and animals. And I'm just talking about protection in a way that we are being responsible for them, in a way that we are, or we're supposed to be, on a higher level of consciousness than they are. Many times, unfortunately, it's not true. But okay, so that was the subject of the webinar. And I asked Judig if she would please share a few minutes with us and share her thoughts, what she took away from the morning webinar. So thank you, Judig, for being present. That's the first.
Yeah.
And István was there, and István was talking about, you know, all these aspects because he is the professional, and he will be there in the evening also. So could you share some takeaways that was, let's say, surprising for you, or gave you new ideas about how you can relate to the organic environment, and whatever you think you would like to share with those who are brand new, who do not know anything about this system, just would like to know something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for having me. And I was really, it was first of all mind-blowing. And I especially mentioned the mind, because what this webinar will do is that nothing has to do with your mind. You have to be sensible, of course, but you have to let go of your mind, open up of what István will tell you about the delicacy, the beauty of the earth and the energy and everything what is living in this world at the moment. And the connectiveness with that, I'm talking about me now, that I feel with Mother Earth, which I feel in terms of how do I relate to the environment, the plants, but my family as well. But more, the mind-blowing thing for me was a revelation I had just an hour ago, was that what István tells us about farming and the impact of the matrix drops is it is so beautiful in terms of when you treat Mother Earth in this way, I will prosper. But it is, so this is a big thank you to the food that I'm eating. But what is even more important is that I realize the beauty also of the whole matrix drops protocol, in which treating the land and being a conscious farmer is one thing, but it has also to do with how conscious am I in my body. So the protocol with the diet and can be looked at as strict, and I cannot have this and that, and now I cannot have my delicious bread anymore. No, yeah, yes, you cannot, but it is actually when I do that, I take care of myself, my body. I respect my body to actually be able to appreciate everything which I eat and I digest, and how this is treating my body to the utmost. So if my body is ready to say, and my mind as well, to say, yes, I just do the protocol, because then my whole being will better in connection with the land, in connection with the flowers, with my family and friends, because I am connected. I feel related, and now everything can be in service actually to live on another level and just not grab some food and eat because I'm hungry. And I also had to remember the course I had 3 years on also preparing food from a chef. And he said that by, for instance, this was also shown in the video from Istvan, a test on the sensibility and the consciousness of plants and foods. And this brought me back to that time of my education, that he taught me, this chef, that if you cut an eggplant, you can do tuck, 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 then you're a pro chef. But if you are in relation with the food and respect the farmer who has brought this to your table, Mother Earth who has given it the best it could, and now it's here and now I treat it to a beautiful dish. So when I am more connected to myself, to the higher spirit, but also rooted in earth and being aligned with who I am at that moment, then by cutting the food, it is harmony, it is respect, it is thank you. And this is always for me so moving actually, because when the food is good, every cell in my body will also say, thank you. And this is really, so why not do it? I thought to myself, it is not a restriction, it is an opportunity to experience within myself how my body will react, what this will mean in relation to everything around me. So this is treating my body as a sacred vehicle. And what I will do, because I got very enthusiastic about the farmers here where I live in Belgium. There are a lot of organic farmers, but also not organic farmers. So I'm thinking, oh, they all need the matrix drops and it would be good. And then, and Istvan said, but how about doing it yourself with the plants in your room? And I am blessed with having a small garden, and I started this year with intermittent farming or growing. And so I have flowers next to my eggplant and my zucchinis and my beetroots and herbs, you know, so everything is mingled. And I also talk to my plants. And then my garden changed in a year, massive. There was only some grass, and now it is really for me heaven. But it can be better. There are things that could prosper more, I know now, in terms of not quantity, but the quality, the energy which is in the food, thanks to matrix drops and the influence of the matrix drops on food. And so this was really a kind of homecoming for me. It was a beautiful, beautiful presentation on the importance of the interconnectedness of everything, and me being part of nature. And yeah, so it's all about quality, and I would like to have another 30-ish years or so So this is my desire, to treat my body well. And to, so if I do not do this, you know, I would be stupid. Really. And I have one motto: keep it simple, stupid. And now I would like to change it into keep it simple, smart, and
Very nice.
suitable. And I think this is not convincing you to do the matrix drop and just dive into it. It is really a conscious choice. And this is really embracing yourself. And it took me quite some weeks to say, yes, I'm ready now. I'm ready to do this. And what I will do now is for my garden to order some drops and see what the difference will be, especially for the grass and some other corners which are a bit strange, which might have to do with Hartmann lines and whatever, but we will find out. So it's really such a learning experience, and this makes my life so more beautiful. It is really, I'm learning every day about myself, being an instrument, and connect, even via a screen, you know. How could it be? This is really, really so good. And so I will treat my garden for a year and will show the difference. So I have a lot of ideas how to do that, and maybe involve some friends. I have some friends who are organic farmers. And so it is now and after story, you know, and I will keep track. Yeah, so it has to do with vitality. This is a word I like a lot. And if you have a desire, and if whatever it may be, it's a sign of vitality. If you say, this is what I like. Oh yeah, this is beauty. This is how I want to connect. This is how I can, in my small environment, change the world. And this is the start of a huge change. And this is really also saying thank you for being able to be here. Being here is in itself sacred. The moment that I was born is a sacred moment, with all its ups and downs and stuff, you know. Everybody has a story. But yeah, it is, if treating yourself well out of respect of that moment is the essence of life, I think. And if you say yes to that moment, or are able to, or is it just only for one or two, three things in your life, you say, oh yeah, this was a beautiful moment. This changed my life. This, I am grateful for this. Well, then, yeah, treat yourself well. That's the only thing to do. This is the only power you have, treating yourself and living it. And then it will start, I guess, the change.
Yeah, and this is beautiful because you know, people are talking about being, you know, under restrictions these days. And if
Yeah.
you think about it, you are just experiencing the greatest experience of life that has happened to you, and it's still, you know, delivered to your doors, and keeping around yourself, and you still grow the greatest you could ever.
Yeah.
So isn't it wonderful gift just to be delivered to us,
Yeah.
even in these circumstances? Such a beautiful experience.
Yeah, it is. And it also has to do with um, the fear which is connected to this phase we are in now. The fear of the virus, the fear of being alone, the fear of whatever. And this week, I realized I was a bit afraid of what is coming now, because in Holland there are already several red zones, which means that I cannot visit my family and friends. And I've been alone here in Belgium, really alone. I live here alone, came to live here. I live on the outskirts in the countryside. People are very focused on themselves. And due to the bubbles we had to live in, I was really isolated. And this was difficult to live really alone. And in 5 months' time, I've seen 3 people in my house. And respecting all the other regulations. So, and I was thinking that this might change again. Now we have a bit more freedom, but they are getting stricter, stricter, stricter. Am I able? What do I have to do? I fear another period of months being alone, which is not good for your health. You do not have the ability to touch or caress somebody or just give a friend a good hug. You know, this is so human. And I'm in this process now, and this is what I also had the thought. I've not made up my mind yet. I can live with somebody, an older woman in Holland, closer to my family and friends. But then I have a small room, you know, so all these circumstantial things, pluses and minuses, and this is mind, this is again mind. But can I be conscious about what I really need in terms of, thanks to the internet and the Zoom meetings and whatever, I can connect on a very deep level, and maybe I get a dog. So this is treating myself in the best possible way. What can I do? The outcome I do not have yet, but there are a lot of solutions. But what I also know is that the drops will help me with these fears, with these basic needs we have sometimes in dealing with what the world is experiencing now, because I am not unique in this. And there are more people who are alone, dealing with solitude and, you know, and then being, so this is also the connection and the care, which is in the team, matrix team, I call it matrix team, and the knowledge which will help me, I know for sure, wherever I am, whatever I decide. So this is...
Did anything that you learned this morning help you regarding the feeling of loneliness? Do you feel more connected to other things, not just human beings, but you can hug your eggplants?
Yes, and I talk to my plants. I do already, and
Let's go into craziness. We are both crazy about that because yeah, you
yeah,
can love your tomato, you can love
oh,
your eggplant, you can
yeah,
love, yeah.
yeah. And I try to really feel what the plant needs. So by caressing it, or you know, I ask, "What do you need? What do you need?" You
And
know?
through the changes you experienced with your sister, that is a connection also, on a much deeper level, even if you cannot visit her now that
Yeah.
your upcoming birthday. Sorry for saying this secret out loud.
Oh, it is good. Yeah.
But you got closer to her maybe than ever,
Yeah. Yeah. And this,
by
yeah.
changes.
Pardon?
By
By?
these changes.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it makes, So it isn't easy, because during the last weeks, and I must say, I haven't started using the drops, they are coming, but in connecting and learning about everything, um, a lot changes, and it creates awareness in myself. Also in relation to my sister, and thanks to your beautiful metaphor on my trunk and the balance between the two of us, and how I was able to be a trunk connected with myself, rooted in the earth, but also open with spirit and energy. It is a process which made me unconsciously so like a trunk that my sister really had to adapt to me, and without a fight or whatever, we had an issue. And but it was, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Then I have to think about this myself. I said, yes, yes, I cannot help you, which is very strange for me, because I tend to help a lot. And now it was, no, this is for you, and this is on your plate, and this is my plate, and I do my plate. And we
And
both.
how much did you manage to help her this way? If you just compare how you helped her before, which had the greater impact on her life, like the positive impact? Which one?
The second one, because it changed our, I'm the eldest, and it changed our relation in terms of I respected her point of view and I respected mine, and we both dealt with our own situation, and so we were equal, and it opened up, and now it is really on this level, that we are moving, and not like this, or trying to find, so not top dog, underdog, or I'm the eldest, you're the youngest, she's fighting upwards, and I know it, so I wasn't very nice also. So anyway, this is really relating to each one and respecting each other's trunk. And that's it. So I see my sister, I love her to pieces. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it, walked away, years ago. But I cannot give up my sister. I will not. No, I love her. But now it is so much more thank you, and really out of respect. And my gosh, such a simple thing in your life, but it is really. The essence is that I deep down made the decision to take care of myself first in every respect.
Because that's a quality.
Yes.
And when you radiate this quality, anyone can learn it from you.
Yeah. Instead of taking care of the other first, and then because I'm so good in taking care. And I do not want to do it anymore. Of course, I care, but in a different way, in a different energy. Like, I care about the environment. I care about my plants and my flowers, and and it is.
So this gives us an example for the option, because that's what most of the people, like many people are complaining these days, but they are complaining because they cannot talk about anything else because they don't see the solution.
Yeah.
But as you just started to practice this with your sister, it became clear that this is basically something that you can apply to, to the relation with anyone.
Yeah.
They don't have to be a relative. They don't, like they can be even a stranger. It's a very good applicable, pattern about how we could live together, all of us in a society. So that's now a direction we can move to, not just staying here and complaining, but we can start moving towards, you know, a goal that we see that it is working.
Yeah. And it is so strange to focus on ourselves first. And I think this is the greatest gift I can give to my body and my spirit, to do that. First of all, for myself, in finding out what my why I am here. This is also a question, you know, what I'm doing, what is my real added value in this world, you know, all these questions, and we can meditate for hours. But it is really, in essence, it is so, it's not easy, but it is really respecting and listening to yourself. What do I need? So if you treat your plants well, give it the right drops or enough water or whatever, this is for me as well. And if I do that first, I am honest. I'm honest. There is more clarity about myself. And I do not, I will not say I will not please anymore, but it is out of openness. It's not out of pleasing or being Miss Goody Two Shoes. It is, this is me. So this is it about. And really out of your own feeling, and you do not have, I think you do not have to read a book for this. If you observe yourself, acknowledge what you need. Will talk about myself. So when I observe myself and acknowledge what I really, really need, I have the option, the choice to say, then I do this. I start quitting eating gluten, or a beautiful piece of cake, you know. So this is about. It is it is actually that easy. And that with TH and also DEAD, because if you do not do it, it will kill the positive energy. I know it does, it will. So keep it simple, smart, and just say it. There is no in between. It's either yes or no in this, and this is not nice. That you do not actually have an option, because you know at the moment I will start eating a piece of cake. I know how many days it will take, or weeks, to get my system in order again. So it's a conscious choice. And that's it. And that's the freedom in it. So this is also, one of my teachers told me about discipline, and people say, it takes so much discipline. And if from the Latin word, it is to follow. So actually the protocol is an invitation to follow. And you either follow or not, or you take another road, but then you know. And then you know. So, and that's also okay, but it is up to you. So your awareness and your consciousness and the interconnectedness with the whole world and everything which we cannot see or measure at the moment, or what we can measure, but this will also be revealed with the computer and in the webinar, what can be transformed. It is amazing. It is amazing. So we're beautiful. I think it was about 2 hours or even more that we had. And it was wonderful, and it was a gift, and it is also, this is also, this is what I felt, and this morning, but all the other webinars we had, that there is so much love and care in meeting you, Istvan, Adriana, and all the others. You feel there is the desire to make the world a better place. And I and you, everybody is an instrument for that. So this will help me when I decide to stay here, knowing that I am being taken care of in a much broader way. It's unimaginable. It is really, this is huge. And this is another form of care. It is not pampering. It is not telling you what to do. It is out of freedom. And so this is honest and clear. Yeah, so good.
And self-empowering. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Self-empowering. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful that it is available. You know?
Yeah.
And but it still requires the application of our own will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you
for being this deep. And thank you for seeing through the layers, you know, because what you were talking about is really what you know, like it's, you just hear something, and I saw this in you right at the beginning, that you are just able to transfer whatever you see to all the layers of existence. You can see what it means here and there and on another level.
Yeah.
And you can enjoy this, and you really can take out whatever it can provide you with. So see you soon. Thank you so much. And we will share this recording, and we'll see each other, and we will have these webinars, you know, recorded on the online schools, so others can check it out if they are not able to show up by this.
Well, thank you. It was this morning wonderful, and I love to share it, and and I'm looking forward to even tonight, because it is a lot of information, and I am not so into mathematics and and sciences. I'm more a language, economy type of. I have this brain, and so it takes a bit more energy and study to really comprehend it. And I'd love to hear it another time. So yeah.
Thank you so
See
much.
you tonight.
I wish you this purpose and freedom during the coming months, because with this system you can live it out, you know, with no limits. So I wish to have the 100% purpose every morning.
That's it.
Thank you.
Day by day. Thank you.